Yes, adore you all of the time. I'd like to. I'd like to love you every day. I'd like to love you, love you. I'd like to love you, if I may, if I may. I'd like to love you.
Good evening everyone, welcome to another episode of Breakfast with Dave. In today's episode we're gonna make a pasta alla gricia, a traditional Roman dish using very simple ingredients with little preparation but with unbelievable results. This pasta dates back to 400 AD and was often served in ancient Rome. And many believe it created from shepherds who would bring home simple foods and create classic, humble and incredibly tasting recipes. But don't be fooled by its simplicity, it's so rich in flavour, making it one of the most famous dishes of the Italian capital. Rome is famous for its pasta. Their main four classic pasta dishes are carbonara, amatriciana, cacio e pepe, and today's dish, pasta alla gricia. While these pastas are different, they also have something in common. They all share the same set of ingredients, but are cooked and combined in different ways. To make cacio e pepe, all you need is pecorino and black pepper. If you add the guanciale, you make pasta alla gricia. Add egg yolks and you make carbonara. Swap the eggs for the tomatoes and you make pasta alla matriciana. Simple, right? Okay, now let's start by cooking the pasta. We're going to pour some water in the saucepan and add a good helping of salt. Bring this to the boil and add your pasta in and cook for approximately 8 minutes until it's nice al dente. You want the pasta to be al dente because we're going to finish cooking it with the sauce later. While the pasta is bubbling away, we can begin the first step to make the sauce. For this dish, we specifically use a cut of meat called guanciale, which is the pork cheek. Guanciale is a really fatty cut, but it's the key ingredients to make an unbelievable pasta alla gricia. Guanciale is rich in flavor and known for having a strong taste compared to other pork products. But don't be too worried if you can't get hold of this beautiful piece of meat. You can use pancetta instead, or bacon in English. We start the sauce by adding the meat to your frying pan over medium-low heat. You don't need to put any olive oil because of the high fat content in the guanciale will do that for you. What you want to do is to cook the meat slowly. This will melt and render the fat right down. The idea is not to overcook and crisp the meat. You want to keep it soft and slightly browned. As you can see, after about 5-6 minutes, the fat is completely rendered. Now add a couple of splashes of pasta water, around 150 ml, and this will keep the meat soft, the fat juicy, and prevent from any burning. We want to reduce the mixture down just a little, so bring this to the boil for a brief moment, just like this. This will add concentration to the starchy water and we'll start to emulsify the sauce before we mix in the pasta. Now that the pasta is al dente, remove it from the heat and drain the water in a bowl, reserving it for the sauce. Leave the pasta to drain in a colander for a few seconds, leaving them a bit moist. Now pop your pasta back in the saucepan and place it back on the heat. Next, flip your pasta like a pro, making sure it's all covered in the juices. Now we need to hydrate the pasta by adding some of the pasta water, as much as needed to create a nice thick sauce. As we are doing this, the starch and fat are contributing to emulsify together, creating this creamy texture and giving the pasta a real glossy glow. Keep on flipping it like a pro and add more water until the pasta looks like this one. Now that the pasta is nice and hydrated, it's ready to welcome in the pecorino. So throw it in a little bit at a time, and again, flip it like a pro. You will notice that the pecorino will thicken up the pasta sauce. And if needed, add a bit more of the pasta water. Do this until all the pecorino is mingled with the pasta and the sauce is a nice and creamy consistency. Now throw in the pepper, again give it a good flip and you're ready to serve.
Yes, adore you all of the time. I like to love you every day.
Oh wow, this pasta smells really good. I can smell the pecorino, the black pepper, the guanciale. And what I really like about it is the creaminess. So nice and creamy. And the pecorino and the starchiness from the pasta water amalgamated so well with the pasta, creating a super nice and velvety cream. Okay, let's give it a try, shall we? You know what, I'm tasting Italy. Like, this is Italy in a bowl. So good. The guanciale is very strong. If you haven't tried it before, it's like bacon on steroids. So tasty, so rich in flavor, and elevates the pasta to a completely different level. And then you get your pecorino, which creates this beautiful cream around the pasta. And then you get the kick from the black pepper. It's just so good. It reminds me of my time back in Italy. This is a true Italian recipe that people usually make on a Sunday lunch, for instance. I highly encourage you to try it. Again, if you can't get hold of the guanciale, feel free to throw in some bacon instead. It won't be the same, but it will still be pretty good. You'll find the recipe in the description down below. This is the first of the 4 Roman pastas. I will be making all the others, so stick around, subscribe to the channel, tag me on Instagram @breakfastwithdave, and until then, ciao for now!
I like to love you every day.